Hello, my nuggets. I miss you. I hope you are being sweet for the substitute. Let's go over today's warm-up. What is the central idea of today's passage? So again, I know that central idea means main idea, so I'm going to have to hold off on answering that until I get here, and I need to read the whole thing before I answer. What inference can be made about Galveston, Texas? Again, same situation. I need to read all of this before I can make an inference about Galveston. And then it wants me to find a quote to support my answer. So let's read. Advances in technology and meteorology have led to more accurate forecasting of hurricanes, days in advance of landfall. These forecasts have likely saved countless lives as people are able to prepare to or evacuate. Unfortunately, those forecasts were not available to the victims of the 1900 Galveston hurricane. 4 days before the storm hit Galveston, Texas, the National Weather Service sent out an alert that a tropical storm had hit Cuba, but there were no real concerns about it making landfall in Galveston. There were isolated warnings that the hurricane was headed for Texas, but the warnings were ignored because of the calm weather at the time. The storm made landfall on September 8th, and in addition to strong winds, a high storm surge covered the island in seawater, which destroyed thousands of buildings and caused many deaths. Okay, so central idea about this passage. A better warning system could have saved lives during the 1900s Galveston hurricane. Well, it doesn't say that. That'd be maybe a good inference, but I don't feel like that's the main message. People ignored the warnings in 1900. The Galveston hurricane was the deadliest storm. Well, I don't see that it says the deadliest. People ignored the warnings? Well, it said that there were isolated warnings. So I don't know that they ignored them. There were just not very many. The Galveston hurricane was the deadliest storm. I'm going to go back here and I'm going to read and see if it said it was the deadliest. Forecasts were likely. Forecast not available. Victims. 4 days. I keep scanning. I'm not seeing anything about deaths here. And then I come to the very last one. It says, which destroyed thousands of buildings and caused many deaths. It said many, but it didn't say it was the deadliest. So C is not going to work. So I'm coming back up here. A better warning system could have saved lives during the 1900 Galveston hurricane. Well, I do know that there were isolated warnings and that those forecasts could have likely saved countless lives. So I think I'm going to go with A. A sounds like the best decision. But you noticed I didn't select A at first. I needed to go and check out my other options before that and double check to see if I felt like that really was the best answer compared to these. Don't make a rash decision. Take your time to decide what's going to be best. What inference can be made about Galveston, Texas? Galveston was an important city in the 1800s. Well, this is talking about the 1900s, so I don't know the 1800s is the best decision. Galveston is many miles away from the coast. Okay. The elevation of Galveston is not far above sea level. So it says a high storm surge covered the island in seawater. Well, in order for it to cover the island in seawater, it has to be not far above sea level. It's got to be close to sea level so that the waves can come up and cover the island in the water. So Galveston is many miles away from the coast. It doesn't talk about how many miles it is away from the coast. So my best option to support my answer for number 2 is right here. In addition to strong winds, a high storm surge covered the island in seawater, which destroyed thousands of homes and caused many deaths. So that is going to be my best option for that. So again, gonna mark this with number 3. Be sweet. I'll see you soon.